Hey, welcome to Mr. Inky Fingers. Let's grab a pen and put some ink to work. Let's roll. The pen today, Faber-Castell. My favorite Faber-Castell pen. It's the Faber-Castell Hexo. This to me is in very good competition with the Lamy Safari. If I had to choose between one or the other, I would choose the Hexo. Lamy Safari is great, super reliable pen, love to draw with it. This one, though, to me, would trump it. Here at the top of the cap, you have the Faber-Castell logo. The clip just almost runs super flat to the cap and very stiff. Okay, but it does have that arc that pops up, which would make it easy to kind of go over shirt pockets, I guess, if you put it in a shirt pocket. The only branding on there, it does say Faber-Castell with their logo there. And the bottom of the barrel is sort of rounded or domed. It also is hexagonal on the sides, you'll see, which is probably why it's called a Hexo. It is a pop cap. Oh, that was really tight on there. It does click when you put it on. Man, that's much tighter than a Safari, which I like. The section in for the black matte one, and I believe they're all like this, is sort of a smoky resin. And clear, you can see the feed through there. I believe you could see the feed in there. Should be able to. The nib's kind of small, but, the pen is not huge. Here you've got the medium and the dots or stipples on that nib. There's the feed. This is a medium. It is a cartridge converter pen, and it does have this one has the Faber-Castell that it came with, I guess, the converter. Great pen, smooth nib. It writes super well on the reverse, like it does a really nice fine line on there. Great pen, and of course it posts, and it posts super comfortably, well balanced. You can use it. This one you could use unposted. It's just past sort of the crook of my hand there to where it is balanced and usable. Don't mind it. But of course, when you do that, it becomes a normal size pen, and I love it. So great pen, smooth nib. Highly recommend this thing. Let's put it to work, see how it writes. If you're in the market, I guess, between both the Lamy Safari or Hexo, this has more of the rounded section or cylindrical. It doesn't have the cutouts there to make it a triangular for grip. That's a difference. So if maybe that might bother you or what have you, then go for this. But I would definitely recommend this, and I believe it's in the same price point. I would recommend this to try first. So give it a shot. Let's see how this writes. Let's put it to paper and see how it does. Let's roll.
Okay, here we go with the drawing. The Hexo by Faber-Castell. This one is the black version. I do have one in the blue. The blue is an absolutely stunning color. Love it. And I think I got that one in a fine nib, and this one is in a medium nib. Let's talk about the nib on this pen. It is absolutely smooth, super smooth. It writes with the upstroke, downstroke, diagonal stroke, side to side. When shading in and you're laying down a patch of ink, it's always consistent. Just a phenomenal pen. On the blue pen that I got, I don't think I had to make any smoothing on the reverse side of the nib for reverse writing. On this one, I think I did have to kind of run it over some grit paper once. There might just have been a manufacturing thing, but I mean, the regular nib part is smooth, came out perfect. I'm not sure. Most of these pens aren't meant to be written on the reverse side, but I love them because you get you get two pens in one. Essentially, you get the size of the nib you got, and then generally you get a thinner line on the reverse side of the nib. Super smooth pen. I mean, I can't say enough about it. Very comparable, as I mentioned, with the Lamy Safari. Here's another good thing. If you love the Safari, and maybe some of you don't like the grip because it's triangular and it's moving you to here's how you hold the pen so you don't miss hold it the wrong way. This is a great option because you don't have that. So you got a fantastic section that doesn't have that, but it otherwise is very similar in weight and comfort. I like the way this one actually posts a little bit better. It's a little more secure. And not that the other one, Lamy, isn't. This one just feels a little bit better to me. And that's, I know, a subjective thing. But overall, absolutely fantastic pen. Can't say enough about it. If you're in the market for a pen and you're kind of weighing between the two and you are only going to get one of the pens, then I would move you and I'd say I'd advise you toward the Hexo, the Faber-Castell. And if this means anything, I'm generally not a huge fan of Faber-Castell pens. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a huge fan of the pens that they have out. This is the only exception. I mean, if I'm falling head over heels over one pen from Faber-Castell, this would be it. So take that for what it's worth. I'm not a fanboy of Faber-Castell and everything they do is perfect. That's not the case at all. Matter of fact, most of these pens are very girthy, or I don't like the weight of them. I don't like the way they post or the nib. Generally, Faber-Castell has pretty good nibs, but this one is just out of the park. So fantastic. I love the way it lays down ink. As far as the drawing goes that we're doing today, we are drawing on the Leuchtturm. This is the 120 GSM paper. It comes in the 80 and the 120. Both are great with fountain pens. The 120, to me, when you're doing some shading and laying down patches of ink, you're less likely to bleed through. It's not impossible that you could bleed through, but you're less likely to. So I like that. But it's the A5 notebook we're using. And usually we're using the Stalogy paper. We'll go back to that. We're kind of going back and forth. Yeah, I mean, just a phenomenal pen. I can't say enough about it. And I mentioned the A5 Leuchtturm. I also have a cover that I used for a while, and it had a buckle closure. It was kind of open on the top, bottom, and the right side, but it did, close with a buckle. That was great, but I hated the fact that it was just open on all sides. Well, finally, just recently, the Lockbee came out with a A5 zippered notebook enclosure, so you could put an A5 notebook in it. It zips closed. You can store your pens and things in there, not worry that they're going to fall out, which I think is great. So that's coming up. I'm going to actually do a review on that. I got one. Let's see how it is. We'll drop an A5 notebook in there and just do a quick review. I'll also throw the Lockbee link in the description. I think I mentioned that, but I'll throw them in the description. Check them out. Just a little plug for them. Obviously, I'm not endorsed by them or anything, but I can do a shout out real quick. So back to the pen. Yeah, if you're sort of in the market here for a pen, you're debating which one to get, this is not going to break the bank. It is a fantastic pen, and it may end up being your workhorse pen all the time. I love to break it out, so it's fantastic. It's a cartridge converter pen. Throw a converter in there, pick your ink, call it good. Easy to clean out. And they've got the cool colors available too. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this video play out. If you've made it this far in the video and you've got something out of it, hey, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It'll help the channel grow. And we're doing a video or two every week. And definitely one video, or like I said, I'm going to try to do two every week, but definitely one. And yeah, I'd appreciate it. So let this play out in faster speed, and you'll see how this ends up and turns out. And if you have any comments, or you own a Hexo, or you have an experience, maybe something even different or the same, leave a comment down. I appreciate that, and I definitely respond to comments. All right, so I will catch you in the next one. All right, see ya.